Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. If you're new here, my name is Brianna, and before you leave, make sure to subscribe to my channel to keep up with all the videos that I post. In today's video, I'm actually going to be talking about or answering some of the questions that you guys actually left me on my Instagram question box. I asked you guys last night to ask me some questions that you guys want to know about myself personally or how I execute certain things. And surprisingly, a lot of you guys left a lot of good and juicy questions. So while I answer these questions, I'm going to be in my bed, comfy, cozy. I've got my oversized sweater on from Pretty Little Things. The weather is very gloomy, so this setting fits perfectly because it makes me feel like relaxed and cozy, ready to answer all these questions. So if you want to know more about these questions, please keep watching. Okay, so I actually have the questions right in front of me, and I am going to be answering them in order of how I got them on my box on Instagram. So the first question that I did get, and you guys will see it right here, I'm going to put the question right here. I'm not going to like put who left it, but I will put like the question so you guys can keep up and see. The first question that I got was, how do you keep up with buying clothing to post? If you see me looking on this side, it's because I have my screen on this side with the questions. And I thought that that was such a good question because it probably seems like I buy and buy and buy and I just post. But unfortunately, I wish that I could keep buying and keep doing fashion videos, but I actually have them scheduled out of how I want to execute them. So for the month, I choose 2 videos that I have to buy, and I make sure that when I do have a schedule for them that my husband knows, because my husband is my #1 investor. He's the one that actually pays and invests in all my videos because we hope that one day YouTube will pay off. Another thing to add to that is that when we purchase clothing, and I say we because obviously my husband buys the clothing, I make sure, or he makes sure, that all bills are paid. Right? So once all bills are paid, that means that we are left with some fun money that we can see what we're going to do with that specific money. Usually half the time we make sure to buy groceries. We do a couple things before he decides, okay, so this is how much we're left over and this is how much that I think that I can give you for a video or 2 videos. Usually with the money that he gives me, I do split it into 2 videos. So recently I did order for Shein Home and Shein Accessories. So those will actually be 2 different videos. And the way that I shop for those is I make sure that I purchase on a sale. I do not buy if it is not a sale, guys. Remember, do not buy if there's no sale. So the next question, she says, not a question, but girl, give us all the cooking videos. I'm so excited that you want to see cooking videos, and I've actually been thinking about incorporating a cooking video in like a vlog. So I just have to figure out what video. I'm thinking that I'm going to be doing the pasta because I get so many questions about how to do the fettuccine alfredo from scratch. I don't buy the store bottle. Javi actually is really picky with food, and so is Josephine. And so the first time that I made pasta, he was like, I'm not eating that. Like, I'm not gonna eat pasta. Like, I'm not used to eating pasta. So that's something that I had to do from scratch. So he saw like, hey, I'm putting all the ingredients together so you can see what's inside the sauce. So yeah, I will make sure to record more cooking videos because I only show like snippets of what I've already done and what I'm actually going to feed my family for dinner. The next question is actually, do you miss California? Will you ever move back? This is such a hard question because all of my family is actually in California. I live in Texas with my husband and my daughter, and we really have no family here. We have my husband's dad's side. And occasionally we do go over and we do say hello, but it's kind of different when it's not your family. I miss my mom, I miss my grandma, my grandpa, and so we have discussed moving back to California only if we are in like the right financial state, meaning like we both have popped off in our hobbies and we're making money to be able to afford a decent home in California. But I think that as we talk about it more often, our hearts are like, oh my God, Texas is beautiful. Guys, there are houses here, and you guys will see, I'll put some here, that are beautiful. They have horses, they have lakes, ponds behind them, and that almost tugs at my heart. And like, why do you want to go back to California when it's like overpopulated, especially right now with the whole virus? California has it a lot worse right now than Texas does, and it's scary to see that if we were to still be living in California, we would be going through that. And we're going through it here in Texas, but not as rough as family back home, and so I'm really feeling for them. Next question is actually, when is Lady Joe coming back? And I feel so bad because I know that I recently posted on Lady Joe that I was going to be coming back soon, and after financially talking to my husband, there's really no more room to invest in anything else. Right now he's investing in the YouTube with me buying hauls and things, and so Lady Joe is never gonna come back, and it hurts me to say, but I have decided to go for a new venture. Lady Joe was something that I had dreams of doing, and when I actually did it, I was like, wait, like this isn't for me. I feel like I have to overprice items that I personally would not buy at that price, and I'm a budget buyer, guys. Like, I buy everything on sale, and so I wanted to do the same for all of you guys. Sale for $9, $10, $12, and that wasn't going to be making any money, and I just felt wrong selling things for $30. So I'd rather be the buyer on a budget than be the person to have to sell for overpriced items. But that's just my opinion. Next question is actually baby number 2. My husband and I have talked about baby number 2. When Josephine was born, our hearts were set that we were gonna have baby number 2 when Josephine turned 2. We are like 20 something days away from Josephine being 2 years old, and I am not trying to get pregnant right now. I have like 7 classes until I graduate school, so I don't want to be pregnant while I start pursuing my career. That's also something that I have my heart desired on, where I want to start working for exactly what I'm studying. So if I get pregnant, that's going to be a really hard thing to do, because as of right now, it's hard for someone or for me to find someone to watch Josephine. So if I go back to work, I have enough money to put Josephine in daycare and then go to work. But if I have 2, can you only imagine? Although my husband, right, he has been asking for baby number 2, and I'm pretty sure he wants baby number 2 now, but I'm not ready. And back and forth we go, like, hey, like, do you want baby number 2? Should we have baby number 2? It's the right time, but it's not the right time, and we're going to wait. And Dave, if you're watching this, we're not having baby number 2 right now. Nope. So the next question that I did get on my Instagram, we're talking about pregnancy again. It's actually any tips on pregnancy, because I'm trying and I'm wondering if you have any sort of tips. So my first tip that I would say, my first tip and the most important tip is relax. Relax, take care of your body first. Do not stress about not being able to get pregnant. Do not do that to yourself, because it will really delay pregnancy and its natural like ways of being when you are gonna get pregnant. Because I had such a hard time getting pregnant, and I was like, I'm literally having sex all the time. I don't know what's wrong. Why can't I get pregnant? And it's not working like that. I would cry because I was literally exerting myself to get pregnant, and it wasn't working. We would take so many tests and it would come back negative. And the minute that I told myself, you know what, I am going to stop trying, I'm going to stop documenting things, I'm going to stop doing everything that I want to hold power over, and I'm just going to let it be. That maybe 2 weeks later, a week later, I was pregnant. So I would say take your vitamins, take prenatal starting now, and don't stress. I got a question regarding YouTube. I actually really like this question because I actually haven't really thought about myself. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with YouTube? And I haven't thought about it. And it's kind of really bad, but my goal is just to reach 1,000 subscribers and then to set goals from there, because I want to make sure that I'm doing this and I'm in the right path, and there are people that are following behind me and are going to make these goals happen with me. And all I know is that I want to make this channel positive. I'm literally doing this day to day, guys, and I'm committed to doing it day by day with YouTube. I have no expectations, no nothing, because I am just working my way up and learning as I go. Are you saying something? What are you saying? Okay, let's stay right here.
She's saying how she contributes and taking some of that money too.
So the next question that I did get was, how do you and your husband make money if you guys both don't work? And that is a question that I often get, and people look at me like, oh my god, both of you guys don't work, how you guys are doing it.
I'm sugar daddy.
Well, Javier actually was in the military, and he is no longer in the military, so he is able to get benefits. And in those benefits, he's able to get a check monthly from his VA benefits, and then he goes to school. So we see 2 forms of income. So that is how we're able to survive. And because we are in Texas and the cost of living is really low, we're able to not work. And I'm very blessed for that every day. Okay. The next question was, how hard was it to manage a relationship with your husband being in the military? It was pretty hard, not in my heart, but around me, because people thought I was crazy for talking to someone who I've only ever talked to through DM or like once on the phone. And my mom would tell me like, oh, military guys are not good, like you don't want to get involved with them. And that is true. There are some men that are not the best to be with, but I think it just comes from being a woman and having a gut feeling of like, oh, this person is good, or this person's not. The next question that I got was actually another military question. I'm so excited because I never get these. So someone say, okay, I need to know, how did y'all make it work? Because I sure as hell couldn't. Military wise and distance and keeping love there with all the hardships. So this is a very an in-depth question, and I want to say that just because I make it seem like the love is there, or the love was there when we were going through our really hard times, when I was at GCU, so I was away for college for a whole year, and he was deployed, and he was on his way to Japan. We had a really hard time. We broke up for like a couple minutes, and then we got back together over the phone because it was hard. I was crying every day. I didn't know what was going on. He was very standoffish. Like, we would text and he was like not the same person that was texting me like an hour before. Like, if I said, hey, babe, he'd be like, hi, and things like that. And I hated that. I hated not knowing or not understanding. And I'm very, like, I can feel people's energy even when they're not in the same room. And I know, like, hey, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like you. So we would argue a lot because I'd be asking him, like, what's wrong with you? Like, and he'd say nothing. And I get upset because I knew something was going on. Yeah, I would say to keep calm, communicate, and remember that you guys don't have every day. It's going to get hard at times, but you cannot give up, and make sure to take some time. Don't text each other like 24 hours a day. Don't expect him to text you, because that is one of the reasons why when I was gone, it was bad, because I expected him to text me every day. Alright guys, that was it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will make sure to come back with more videos like this soon. Cooking videos are coming because you guys asked for it. Shein home, Shein accessories are coming as well, so stay tuned for all of those videos, and I will see you next time, guys. Bye.